Welcome everybody. We are back one more again. We are one man down, but we are still going to hold it down for everybody. For everybody, I am Travis T Rock. To my left, I got Will. I am.
What it bees like on this Friday tornado watch. I hope everybody look. If it goes off, for real, go in that bathroom, go downstairs, do what you gotta do. Protect yourself, protect your neck at all costs.
And to my right, I got the Don.
What's going on? What's going on, people? Hey, ready for this weekend? It might be a wet one, but hey, all the sun will come back up.
So we are here to talk about the important things in sports. At least what we think is important anyway. So we hope it's important to you as well. And also to talk about the bourbon. So, Don, what we got going on, my friend?
Oh man.
Other than you dropping stuff.
Hey.
He already took a little sip.
That looked like a 49er wide receiver. Go ahead.
Oh, he did.
Oh, already.
Yeah, it's
Blows.
Already.
Let's get it.
So today we got Flatboat. Flatboat today. Yes, a lot of people might not know about Flatboat. Flatboat is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's produced by Barton's 1792 distiller in Bardstown.
Is it very old Borden? Are that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Bardstown, Kentucky. It's often said to be a private label or house brand for a large liquor store chain. So, it's not something common for, you'll find even in your regular, like your side liquor stores or anything like that. It's nothing common that you'll find in there. But it's owned, like I said, the bar's owned by the Sazerac Company also. So, straight bourbon, it's aged for a minimum of 4 years, new charcoal, barrels, some sort of indicate the age it might be from like 4 to 7 years or something. So, yeah. So, we've all poured a little sample for all of us,
Taste.
And see what we get. This we got right here, the one we got today is the single barrels. It's 100 proof today. I like my proofs. It's high proof.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah, so, see what we get from the aroma from.
I get caramel and isopropyl.
Now, it's heavy on the caramel.
Yes, I said some butterscotch.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe some vanilla.
Is that the bean? Pause.
Spicy oak. Might be a little spicy.
Spicy, yeah.
A little spiciness to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Gotta have a little spicy in life.
absolutely.
Wow.
But yeah, just a little sippy sip.
Sip. Flat. Boom.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad.
That's smooth. Smooth for 100 proof.
Yeah. It wasn't like a lot of burn. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which is odd for that. So yeah.
It's sweet. It's got good flavor.
Let me, and I know you rock and roll. Let me ask this real quick on that. Do they have? Is it a lot of different flatboats? Like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people got different variations, the size, the proofs, and stuff.
Right.
Like that.
So you'll find one proof. You'll find like a higher build at 125 proof, and you'll find a lower at a 90 proof.
So 90 is pretty much the lowest they go.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So they fire.
Yeah, that's nice.
So mainly, like you said, you'll find these more at your liquor barns and like an evergreen liquor, something like that.
Gotcha.
We ain't gonna find it at
Yeah, your mom and pops.
20, 28, 26.
Right.
Bell's Lane. We ain't gonna find it there. We ain't gonna find it
Yeah,
there.
you ain't gonna find it.
Okay.
I'm saying.
And liquor store next to
And if you do, it might be a costly cost. Little
Coffee
cost might
costs or
be.
be dog cheap. Because sometimes you never know what you got.
Yeah,
And it's got dust on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. Believe me,
It'd be
I've
like,
been
wait a
there, done
minute, how many you got?
I've been there, done that. I can
It'd be
remember
like, what you
one
know
time.
that I don't know.
Hey, man, give me all of them, dude.
I surely remember.
Yeah.
Lady didn't know. I said, hey, how much that? I give it to you for about 32. Okay. Matter
Right.
of fact, I think I said another bottle back there.
Yeah,
Give it to
look
you.
at it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, without a doubt. Is there anything else on it before we get into the question?
No,
Go
I
ahead.
guess we'll wait till the next stop. But of course, it's more.
Yeah. We got a lot for the new people. We got a lot more that's going on. So make sure you stay in tune and everything else. And if you make sure you comment, do what you got to do. We'll bring it up and see what's going on. Maybe you've had Flatboat and you didn't like it, or you loved it, or which one is your favorite one. So we're gonna do that, rock and roll like we always do. Period. And so for the newcomers who's watching this. Besides the weathermen scaring the shit out of everybody, we're going to make sure that, we're going to go ahead and sample, do what we got to do, but we also going to hit some sport questions that are very important to us. That's a little bit Jimmy the Thunder Creek. So, first question we got coming up right there. Ooh, yeah, Don Dizzle.
All right. So, should the NFL adopt to the draft lottery like the NBA? So, I mean,
That's a good one. I was going to say that. That's a good one.
I mean, it's funny enough because I was, once the lottery of the NBA came up just the other day, and you got the Dallas Mavericks got that.
Right.
About 1.8% chance that they have, and of course everybody started talking about the rig and everything else. But then you think about, okay, so should the NFL go with that because teams, you got teams how would I say, tanking at the very end.
In all sports.
Yeah, everything. You got where, it's like it should help. If they do, it should be more competitive, I would guess you would say. It should be, you jockeying for position,
Right.
as in.
It'll take it out.
Right.
It'll take it out.
Because then, you ain't thinking the teams are rigging in this or, they putting in the scripts for this. Like, some of us play fancy. And when they taking out
All
those...
of us play fancy.
and they taking out your stars and stuff at the end of the season, and because they like, our season's done with anyway, it's like, come on, man. It's something more to it, as in, as in the chances by the balls. So, I'm going to go with as in, you got more, the teams as in the NFL. So, it's more teams that's not going to make the playoffs. So, then you got those teams that, I'm not looking at those teams that's finished not making the playoffs at 9 or 7.
Right.
But we're going to have to condense it some. Not the middle of the pack, but the lower of the pack. And then put them into the balls and see what can come out of it. Because
keep it like, I'm sorry, rock and roll with you. Keep it just like NBA. Like you said, if what is considered lottery? If lottery is considered 13 teams, 14 teams, that's what you do. And then the rest goes up in there. So you ain't got to worry about it. So if you're on the cusp of NFL playoffs, of course, you're not going to probably be one of the lottery picks or whatever. And that's okay. That's understandable because you're right there missing the game. But these other 13 to 14, 15 teams, whatever that number is, yeah, it makes sense to me because you will make people stop tanking. Because there is a possibility, it's lottery, 1.8, yeah, that freaking San Francisco or Dallas would have got the number 1 pick this year. And you can complain all you want, but that's going to make you quit tanking. We seen Miami tell Flores, lose these games, I'll give you $100,000 per loss. and he didn't do it, got fired, he's got a lawsuit. Take it away. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Why should you like you made that choice, man? You got teams getting number one picks all the damn time. All the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why do that? No. Make them penalize. Whatever. I like what you're saying. You can finish, but I love that. I think they should, and really, them in all the damn sports, major sports. Because it cuts out that tanking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I understand the argument. I do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel, but at the same time, it almost feels like, NFL does it right all year long anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
the argument is like, should they? I don't know. Me personally, I think the NFL does it right. Now, I'm not saying that the whole draft situation and all that stuff is is perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, hell, in NBA stuff's not perfect because there's people complaining about what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of theories, going on as how they, how did the Dallas Mavericks do this? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got paid, all that old crap. You know what I mean? But at the same time, NFL you care about NFL 365. You don't care about the NBA all.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Sure.
You guys, and bump this. It's NFL NBA. Do you think it's less tanking in the NBA than it is in NFL? Because the only difference is, the difference is that it's not going to. NFL, you can tank, and it takes more than one player to change your damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You can go get Archie Manning, who's probably going to be the number one pick, because people wants to be the number one pick, and you can still be garbage next year. You see what I'm saying? It's NBA. If Wemby in there, you want Wemby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of I see what you're saying with it, because it really takes more than one player to change that whole projected in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, because it's going to take. Like I said, you might come across a great quarterback or whatever that's going to be your franchise. Right, that you want. It's going to be that franchise player.
Yeah.
But like I said, NBA, it's going to change because you just got that many players. You playing 12 men,
And
whatever.
too many
else.
7'5" dudes walking around the
Right.
planet.
Exactly.
There's too many of them walking. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? You can get a great quarterback. But if you ain't got nobody protecting, none of that makes a difference. Right? You know what I mean? So, again, I still feel like
It's
NFL's doing it right. Do I think they should adapt to that to keep from tanking?
They ain't gotta do it.
I
get
don't
it.
think so.
Right.
I don't think so.
like I said, if one player can control, if they didn't have that many players, then I can see it. I mean, I agree with you. They really are. NFL right now is the model.
Yes.
And like I said, and anybody who's playing football, it ain't gonna be one person, because you can have the best dude, and if you ain't got nobody to block for them, he ain't doing nothing. So I get it. It makes sense. But I guess you just hate to hear it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like I said, that was the mind for all the Miami people, out there with Brian Flores. It's just kind of tough to hear.
It is. It really is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm trying to coach.
Right.
I'm trying to win. You don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you're trying to tank for one dude.
And that
One guy.
and it was Tua.
Yeah.
And
You're trying to tank for one dude. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, well, and quickly,
you
let's think about it. You know how the NFL is, though. You just like the schedule. The schedule day yesterday. Hey, that's a big day.
Huge.
That's a big day. Think about how much production, how much eyes you get on the ball drawing, just like the NBA does in the NFL. It'll be another
flatboat on that second drink, a little bit spicy. That's like my third one. A little spicy
You got caught you a little bit on that.
He said, I'm ready to.
Maybe
I know I'm getting over a cold, but God, bro.
That
made
is
you think
hilarious.
again, man. What you talking about?
That's hilarious.
Shut up.
Oh, we didn't even do our annual toast before we did
Oh, Lord. Oh,
Toast
yeah,
brothers.
yes.
Oh.
Woo, ooh, wee. Woo.
All right.
That's a good question. I love it. Big time. Without a doubt. So what else you got for us, Doc? What we doing next? Ice cream doing something? I don't know. What's we do?
Well, you know how we do. Bring the ice in the mixture.
Tell them why, though. Because the beauty is, we've only done about, 4 shows? About 4, something like that. So, get new people in there and all that kind of stuff. So, I know you're going to do it. But damn, dog, you doing ice. Travis said,
I'm over like
Jeeves.
Jeeves over
What is
there.
he? Dude, he
Not a
a
solid-
slither. A slither of ice. Lord, make it do big dime.
There you go. Thanks.
So see, once we put the ice in there, of course, we're just gonna bring it down a little bit for the taste. So once we bring the ice in, we're gonna bring it down a little bit, as in the proof and everything, to be smooth it out a little bit. It's just I want to say a little flatten it out for the flatboat. Let's say that. So, and it gives it just a little, make it smooth for you.
Smooth.
Captain Smooth.
Yeah.
So you swirl it a little bit, man, so it can melt some, or would it automatically?
Right, because
this
some
demon breath already melting shit.
because the ice should instantly start melting right
Yeah,
away.
my God.
It does.
No doubt. And then what's the taste you get from it? What's the taste?
So sweet. It's so sweet.
It's smoother. The water took that. Well, like I said, I had about 3-4 little hits of it. But y'all stop. I forget what I was doing. No, it lightens it. You know what I'm saying?
It really does. It brightens it up.
And it was already the first time I tasted. It was already smooth, and it just brings it back to me.
Right. It's like I get like, I know it sounds weird, but like pears. Almost like a pear.
Okay. Something like that. They would call them like some floral notes. Some
That ain't it, bro. That's the little lights he had.
It's like I got some.
I did have some Miller Lights earlier.
See if you're gonna have some caramel.
I did have some Miller Lights earlier.
Some caramel,
No,
some
but it's-
vanilla, and you might say the sweet oak. You might get like a sweet oak type. Yeah.
The barrel.
Oh. No diddy.
Absolutely no difference. Absolutely.
Too soon for that.
Never too soon. Never too soon. You got to educate my brother.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, we've been hearing on that. No.
That's for another show altogether.
All together. Another snow, another station.
Yeah, I ain't no station.
Well,
You ain't in it. Yeah.
No, it's the
I
it's
got
a
you.
subscribe.
Yeah, oh yeah. You gotta get it. It gotta be one of the new ones where it drop.
What's up?
Mm,
Alright,
man.
let's go. Next up, guys. Should high schools and middle schools promote student athletes via their social media? We are in a time that is like no other. Really, this is what the new generation of parenting, as far as your kid. And we talked about, how a lot of these kids, the parents out there, they're more involved as far as with the coaches talking, promoting all this. This should be our world for them, right? So to me, a lot of things always trickle down. So you already got college, NIL. Now you've seen across different states, a lot of other high schools in different states are letting NIL for these players too. Why not promote them, right? So just get them used to it. And if you promote them, also have classes for them, how to manage what they're getting. Because let's not be foolish. When we go to these games, we know who the dogs are. Those dogs in these communities can do something for Bob Evans and Waffle House, like the real NIL, right? Not the pay to play, but the real NIL. So you got a lot of these schools that have a lot of business that, hey, why not have T-Rock on there talking, hey, don't do, Applebee's or something, stuff like that, take advantage of it. Because to me, the first school that endorses that, they're going to get all them players. Well, it's all about, it ain't about neighborhood because people use false addresses all the time. They're doing my grandmama's address, aunts and uncles. I'm saying that it's coming.
Right.
And, it can be a little, in somewhat they do it. As far as you see the little game posters that have the Don on there and all this kind of stuff like that. And that's cool and dandy. You go to the football field, they got the little pictures and stuff. But let's be real. Social media is where it's at. And when you have little Willie freaking streaming and make more money streaming than he's probably going to do playing college football or professional or whatever, that might get a little Willie to play if you continue to promote. I mean, social media is huge. It is. It's huge. And, promote your culture and everything else, but like anything in life, trendsetters sets the trend. So where can I go to get promoted?
Right.
Why not? Because in college, everybody's not a college athlete. I'm sorry. It's not. I played with some dudes that was the best, but they wasn't college athletes. You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a scholarship offer to do that. This right here, dude, allowed them to say, be the face of Goodwill and maybe get a job at Goodwill. Right. Be the face at Ford or one of the commercials and get a job at Ford. Like, take advantage of this. Everybody's not a college person.
Right.
So to me, my thing is, as soon as you grasp social media, the better it's going to. I don't see it going nowhere, man. Unless shit crashes and everybody's shit's done. You got to embrace certain things in life. And to me, we talk about this all the time about schools not having enough funding and different things like that. If you got that dog, yeah, I'm gonna let the dog, and I'm gonna get a little piece of dog money. I'm just saying, get time to get with it.
I feel like that's probably more prominent like a prep school. I think a lot of what high schools and middle schools, traditional, high schools and middle schools, I think as opposed to prep schools and even college, I think they're more concerned about equity, right? That softball player is and that star football player and that softball player, even though he's a star football player and she's a softball player, we're not gonna say it's star. You know what I'm saying? They're worried about that equity. You know what I'm saying? Well, why is he getting this? And we know why. But as a school, they have to explain why this guy and the lazy thing is, okay, I don't want to have to explain this guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to explain it. So we have to have an equity amongst everyone.
To me, I think you get more equity in high school than you do in college.
Oh.
Because
definitely.
Because you got to think, who is the boosters? Who are the ones? Most of these people's parents are the ones who's owning these shops.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
That's
exactly what I'm saying. So there's going to be more equity in high school and middle school than there ever will be in college because college is like we're making money.
Yeah, we ain't worried about that.
Yeah, we're not worried about that. We want to make money.
True.
You know what I'm saying? True. And so that's the only thing that I feel like that's why they're not pushing their student athletes like that because they feel like it's unfair. It's like getting a participation trophy, right? you did you really earn something by sitting on the bench? No. You know what I'm saying? But to make you feel better, you got this trophy. And that's what I feel like the high school and middle schools is all about.
And the problem is that you really can't even talk about, like, not you, but in general, when you only can do, y'all know me, I'm not, and I'm going to talk about it. You got certain schools that got football fields, and now you can't even do everybody's field. And the powerhouses that you're doing is the ones that you have to do.
Yep.
And so in that last group, it was more than just Mel and Manu in that group. There was some big boys, and you can't do it.
All in the name of equity.
And look what they got you.
No.
We gotta wait. We ain't got that. Yep. What kind of shenanigans is that? We talked about that. Not everybody needed a football field.
Yeah. Now, you talk about promoting the student athletes. I mean, I'm looking at it's already. You're going to start promoting them by start building their personal brand,
right?
And getting them started early. But then then it's like already, you could already be starting on the third NIL, like you were stating earlier. Their opportunities are in NIL starting in high school. I mean, that can start early. Well, just like you made an example of. I mean, it is what it is because, like you said, you get this restaurant down the corner. Like, I'm just having to think of a couple, but it's like, hey, quick commercial, quick something like that. Or, how social media, heck, they got a phone and right there. It's so quick. I mean, there's so many places around these schools where they can do this thing. I mean, but now, though, then I want to think of I'm looking at the pros, but then I'm thinking of the cons and stuff like that, and I'm looking at the high schools. What high schools have to be prepared for if you're going to start building these.
Totally different.
So now you're going to be like, okay, so now we need to have something for these kids to have them already for their mental state, for the pressure that they're going to be put through for these high school students.
True.
And so, you got to make sure their mental well-being is going to be secure because you got about them being on social media, about them being, on Facebook, on X, on Instagram. So you're going to have cyberbullying. You're going to have they don't do a good job these days. So people will come at them if they're just sitting on X. And, you suck. You this and this, and, just high school kids being kids.
They already subsidize that. Without money, I'm just saying.
Right. So it's so much into it, but these high schools should be. It's the pressure of what they're doing. So you gotta be behind these kids doing it.
My thing is that if it comes to that, then you set up like it's almost like a trust fund that the Timmy might do all these commercials and do everything, but he don't get that until he graduates from high school and he can do that whatever. Because that takes mom and dad or the people who the sharks trying to get his money. All right. So like, yeah, he can't get it yet. Well, we transfer to another school. Yeah, he still can't get it yet. Until he graduates. Right. He graduates, we got him. You know what I'm saying? He got 18,000 waiting for him when it's done. You know what I'm saying? It's at the bank, whatever. And I know that they don't want to get into all that stuff, but because you got sharks out there. You do have sharks out there. Just gonna say, yes, I'm in my everything.
Yeah. Sometimes those sharks are your people.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about it. I ain't talking about
I'm talking about your neighbor.
Yeah, the whole social media stuff is basically is going to be more prominent. I just feel for prep schools at this point in time. Somebody's going to change the trend. It's going to change.
Yeah, it's going.
You know what I'm saying? But prep school, it's
prep and private.
Yeah, there you go. Prep and private schools. Right now, I feel like it's going to because again, JC. It would speak strictly JCPS. They're more concerned about everybody getting shine as opposed to one person.
The problem in it's good. Well, the thing about it is that you already think you're behind the eight ball against private schools. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna take somebody who's gonna have to, you got as a principal or somebody like, okay, we're losing all the best athletes to private schools because you look up, more and more private schools are popping up, whatever you want to call them, and if I can make money there, I'm not, dude, I'm going there. Long run, it was if I can go to college because I'm playing for these private schools. I have a better chance to go to college and play football if I go to X, Y, and Z. I'm there. So, and that's why they recruit. They've been recruiting. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
Everybody want to talk about, hey, well, such and such got a feeder school. Dude, private schools been recruiting for years.
Right, exactly.
Ain't nothing, dude. You know what I'm saying? You see, dude, like, how'd you get in there?
All they gotta say, you want to come here for free.
That's it. Free.
we'll work it out.
All you gotta do is pay for the books. And then you still got a sponsor to pay for the books.
Yeah, we'll work this out for you.
As the person, first of all, I'm gonna talk about, we're gonna get into Flatboat, but my colleague, she's the one who had Flatboat. Yeah, Libby, and she was talking about it. She didn't have a good experience with it. So I said, we're going to do it on the Bourbon Show. And I told her I'll let her know if it was good, if it's great, or, as her favorite word is, shitty baloney. So, we'll see. What's up, D? What's up, Doc? Well, what's up, Dr. Brooks, Dr. Woods, Dr. Woods? What's going on with y'all? All the doctors in the house. We love it. We on the show, got them 3 main doctors on there, man. We probably got more doctors than that, but we love that. Thank you, doctors. What you got for us, man?
All right, so now we're gonna think of the finish. Now you think of the finish once you get that taste back there in the glass.
Should we already finish this?
I mean, it's not just the finish of the glass, but it's just the finish of it, what you get from it.
Okay.
It's often described as quick, with a lingering oak, like a white pepper, and sometimes dark fruits like blackberries. Yeah.
I had blackberry so long, I don't even know what it tastes like.
Seated.
I can tell you this.
Seated.
I will tell you this, though. This finish is fine.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Where that was lead? Where that was lead?
Nah, bro. Like, keep it clean.
Yeah, wait.
Keep it clean.
Woo, boy.
Keep it clean.
But look, I want to tell you though. I mean, for what you get for this, the price is a good value though. I mean, it ranges for $20 to $40 range.
Get out of here.
So, as in your 750 milliliter bottle, and then 40 to 50 for your 1.75 the liter. So,
man, talk the labor terms to the people out there. Fifth. What? Half gallon? What we talking about? What we talking about? You got the people getting on their phone like
Trying to do the math.
What's
That's just like,
50?
it's like when somebody, how old's your kid? 20 something months. It's like, he's 2. He is 2 years old.
No, he's 27 and a half.
Yeah. He's 2.
it's so funny because I heard that today at work somebody described a child was 21 months. I'm like,
yeah, he won.
Yeah, you're ready to be 2. You're 1.5.
We're about to celebrate.
oh my gosh. But yeah, so you get great finish from it. I mean, like I said, it's good, and plus it's good like for your mixed drinks. That was one of my things because my flatboat I would use for my old fashions and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you this. How'd you come across Flatboat? If you can remember. Because we know you stopped. So how did you come across it?
I want to say I might have been somewhere at just like a couple bourbon spots, a couple bourbon bars where I go to, and they might have had it out, and they might have used it for an old fashioned. So they was like, oh, because it's not you know, you get some of those. Trying to think of some couple of other ones, but they won't promote it too early before the end of the show.
Right.
But at the same time, they was seeing some other bourbon selections that are good for old fashioned because they're not too high in proof and not too low, but they're just at that medium range and it's kind of smooth at the same time. So once it's like, all right, because like I said, several bottles I have of different ones, just about at the same level as Flatboat. And good at taste, and most of them do a lot of it neat. So just give and drink it.
I knew when Libby when she told me about that, she drinks bourbon. I said, "Oh no!" I said, "My brother Don has all the bourbon." So let me ask him, and we got a show coming up. So hit Don up. I think I called it Float Boat or some shit. It's all good. It's all good. All right, let's rock.
Should the NBA move All-Star Weekend to the end of the season and shorten the regular season? I'm kind of a fan of this, if I'm being completely honest. And this is why. As we're looking at playoffs now, like right now you got, Celtics and Knicks. Tatum's hurt. Donovan got hurt. Curry got hurt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of your main players have gotten hurt during this long season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They expanded the playoffs. And I understand giving the guys mid-season break or whatever. But I feel like it's kind of, I feel like again, NFL model, right? You talk about the NBA model as far as draft stuff. NFL model should be able to do the same thing in the NBA, right? Put it at the end of the season. What actually matters because, again, I just feel like your core good players having to endure this long playoff. You know what I'm saying? You're asking for people to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, your healthy teams are going to be good. Right now, like I said, the Knicks are just walloping the Celtics right now.
We knew that. We called that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But had Tatum made a difference, I'm not saying they would have won or lost. What I'm saying is he would have made a difference.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then if you shorten the regular season just a little bit, man, you're saving these players. You're saving a lot of these players. Your stars. Your stars for in the NBA, right? So I'm a fan of this.
That's the NFL model, right?
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand the NFL, like, they do the thing where, hell, the season hasn't even, you barely end of the season before they start playing, that All-Star game or whatever. And it went from, I'm thanking God, it probably went from actually hitting somebody to playing flag.
Right, because some people trying to kill people.
Yeah, ask that one kid. You know what I'm saying?
He's
probably still on the ground.
One of the best safeties ever.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Try to kill this man. You know what I'm saying? So they have to start saving, you know what I'm saying? That again, if we really think about it, the All-Star game, I'm going to say it's a garbage game.
Oh, sorry.
It's a garbage game.
It's
So why put a garbage game in the middle of the season when you can just put it at the end of the season and nobody actually still cares about it? I don't care about the All-Star game. Nobody plays defense. It's all about shooting from 3/4 court and, you know what I'm saying, and dunking. Nobody, it's just garbage.
Let me ask you though, okay? Because to me, what's great about this question is like a two-part. And it really is not even a two-part folded. It's like really it can be two different. Because, the season goes on from October to damn near July type stuff.
Exactly.
It's June is when it starts. You know what I'm saying? So close to the end of July is when it's close to the end of beginning of July is when it's over with, right? If you got a real series, whatever. So October to June. So you're talking about 8 months, right? Like that's all in football. Their whole season, right? So to me, and I'm gonna go with the first part of it as far as shorten the season. Yeah. But the problem is that NBA does not want to relinquish being number 2 or number 3. They are continue to drag stuff out and put things on different things because of NFL. They know they cannot compete with NFL. They know they cannot, and it kills them because all of a sudden NFL came out of nowhere. Yeah. And let's be real, it did. In the beginning, when we was younger, NFL was not the same as it is now.
True.
It was NBA. It was NBA, college basketball stuff. NFL has taken over. We all know worldwide is soccer. Yeah. But in the United States, it's football. And they continue to grow and they go outside and do this shit. So to me, would that help? Because it would help because you won't have load management. They had a thing called load management, people sitting on the bench and stuff, and then all of a sudden they came this year saying you're gonna get penalized, you can't win awards, you can't do all. And you added an in-season tournament to get people to like your stuff. Because they knew during the season people wouldn't watch this. Yep. Right? You know, the thing about it is that you have fostered a environment where these guys is used to taking a vacation in the middle of their season. Yep. You got stars that did not want to play in All-Star games, the fringe ones, so they can have a week off and go celebrate, party, rest, vacation. Yeah. Nobody else does that. No. Nobody else does that. To me, I think it's too long because when we can sit here on 54 Sports Network and all the shows we have and talk about NBA and say that we don't watch it, it doesn't mean anything to the playoffs. There's a problem. Yeah. You may watch it because you a Lakers fan, or whatever you know what I'm saying. Right. Like you're gonna watch it because that's your team. Yeah. But you know that it doesn't mean shit into the playoffs. That's a problem. That's a problem. Everybody else is clawing and scratching during the regular season. So maybe if you did take away some and actually take that damn play-in out of it. That makes it worse. That really makes it worse. Because really you can bullshit your way the whole season and get that number 10 spot and really be a good team and start playing. Yes, it does happen. Start playing and get in the playoffs. That's what I want.
With the new like you said, play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Like you said, the play-in tournament, then you got the tournament early in the season.
Mid-season.
Whatever that's called. But, like I said, by us shortening the season, we're going to look at, we don't have to worry about that, reduce that load management. You can go see your stars. I don't want to drive up to Indianapolis thinking I'm going to go see a Lakers game and, well, I don't really LeBron, but I mean, you think LeBron doesn't play, that takes away the chances of my Lakers losing. I mean, or winning. It takes away the chance of the winning. You see that. I mean, I want to go somewhere else and see things as in, you think about the low management, as in people that's paid their hard-earned money because these NBA tickets are not cheap at all. And you go to these games and your favorite player is not playing. So you shorten the season. That's going to take away that low management. Like, okay, well, we don't have to sit them. We went from 82 games down to 70, down to 68, down to 65 or something like that. Right. I mean, come on. How much ball do you really got to play? I mean, it's a lot. Like you said, it's a long season. Long season. So then it's going to draw more importance to each game too, because if you shorten that season. It's going to draw more importance. It's going to be more of a factor because, of course, the load management, you ain't going to be sitting players. You ain't going to be like, once you start that lead starts getting up, you be like, oh, forget it. You know, they up. We'll just take this L and be like, whatever. No, you ain't gonna be doing that. You're gonna be fighting, like you said, fighting and clawing for that win.
Games are meaningful.
More meaningful each game.
Yep.
More meaningful, meaning storylines.
Sure.
So then you got these players though. I think it's gonna be more of a better player product, as in players gonna be trying hard. I mean, as in, like I said, even for when players, you know, for your gambling people, for your people gambling, I think it ain't gonna be as much like, yeah, whatever. I'm not even caring. Whatever. I got 2 points here. You got 20 points here. No, you gonna be trying to produce each and every game is coming. Each game is meaningful for the next game, where you position it coming down to the end.
Right.
So I mean that's more of the pros to it. So, but the cons,
Go ahead.
shorten the season. I'm looking at the cons real quick.
Yeah, no, you good.
Shorten the season. We're gonna look at you're gonna have less opportunities for your younger players to shine. That's just when we look the pros. I mean the cons for us, as in you know your rookies, your guys who come out of the what's that the
G League.
G League. So they're gonna have their less opportunities. You ain't gonna have too many more those 10-day contracts or something like that. They ain't gonna be shining a little because it's gonna be more of a factor of them trying to win more and you know just trying to experiment with y'all throwing y'all out there. You're gonna find guys that you don't even know out there and do things like that.
But the model changes. You know what I'm saying? The model changes. So if that's the case, then everything changes from that, right? So you go from 82 to whatever 70, 65 games, but the whole model of how you deal with G League,
transformation.
Everything changes at that point, right? So. Is that kid in the G League going to make... The thing about it is, that kid in the G League is not on the team now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what is it going to be for that kid in the G League to come up, you know what I'm saying, get called up to go to come up to the big leagues, right? It doesn't really make a whole heck of a lot of difference. I mean, to me. You know what I mean? They're not calling them up now. So if you shorten the season, none of that, I don't feel like makes a difference. To me.
Probably less call-ups.
It's
Well,
I'm
gonna tell you something. You really give a shit about it when you made it only 2. Right?
Yeah.
2 rounds. You know, it used to be a 7 round. It used to be a whole bunch, like, you know, back in the day, lots of rounds.
7.
So now you got, it doesn't make a difference now. You know, so you really ain't caring about them regardless.
Yeah.
So that's my thing is like, you know, why not? Okay, college is what? Basically the first week of April. Get your shit first week of May. I mean, cut a whole month out for it. You start before college.
Right.
Cut it off. Cut it off. Make it meaningful. But the All-Star, like for me, real quick, the All-Star,
I forget all that.
Yeah, but I feel like if it's at the end, it's a more fun situation because at that point you don't expect them to play basketball. You expect, you know what I'm saying, them to have fun and not play defense and dunk the ball and, you know what I'm saying. You really don't care who wins East or West or however, you know what I'm saying, they want to do it, you know what I'm saying, these days.
Or you do it like you do the Night of the Stars, and you have the G League select versus the rookies or something like that. Dudes are gonna buy, but they trying to ball. You know what I'm saying? Forget all that. As you, but you're all-star down. You've been playing 30 years. You know you still get the accolades of that.
Right.
You have a dinner for all you dudes. But the real game is going to be dudes is really trying to battle, not you guys that's trying to score 180 points that nobody wants to watch on TNT.
Right. Right. You know, I mean, it just because I mean, how many? I know I can speak for myself. I do not watch NFL like, you know, All-Star or whatever. Flag
Oh,
football,
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I
was
don't
wondering
watch
where you
that.
was going. Yeah,
I don't watch that.
It-
You know what I'm saying?
I used to watch it when it was real.
Yeah.
I
I used to watch
I
it
mean,
too.
watching the
Yeah,
passing. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, when you had
all
the
the
real dudes
competition.
out there.
I don't watch
When
some
you
of
had
that
the
stuff.
real ones out there,
Yeah.
because it's a problem when you have people saying I'm not like when you have the stars. Like, for instance, when you have the 12th best quarterback starting in the Pro Bowl, come on, dude.
And I
Because
understand.
they like I ain't trying to go Hawaii.
And I understand the
Florida,
NBA is
whatever
trying
they
to make
want.
all the money.
It used to be
You know what I'm
Hawaii.
saying?
Yeah, it was earlier.
I mean, I understand the NBA is trying to make money, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But when it all boils down to it at the end, you know what I mean? They're not the product itself. Unless you're in a market that honestly has an NBA team, you really don't care. I don't care. Like unless you have a team like you like the Lakers. The only reason why you would even watch the playoffs is because the Lakers are in.
But he did hit one point that I love, and it's kind of piggybacks on what you're stating, though. You charge so much money for people to watch a LeBron to come to town, and he's not making a low match. That's an issue.
There'll
That's an
always be
issue.
an issue.
You know what I'm saying?
There'll always be an issue.
You know, like Kawhi. You know, hey, my guy missed half the season.
They have to change the model.
Yeah. All right, come on. We running out. We ain't trying to get all. We got last moment before we wrap that up. Let's do this last question out the way. What bourbon is the best for tailgate? What do you guys think? You know, football is among us.
Oh,
You know
yes,
it's
sir.
You
Ain't home
it's
games.
coming.
Ain't home games this year, baby.
So, what bourbon do you think? And you got yours too, Rob?
Yeah.
What bourbon you bringing to tailgate?
Old Fall 86.
Ooh.
86 proof. It's affordable.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes good.
Okay.
And you're going to get a hell of a buzz.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need no fancy stuff for tailgate.
Woo! Nah,
You right.
Face
You right.
first.
Old Fall
You right.
86 proof. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Woo. Don got a list of shit. What you got over there, Don?
I mean, I was about to look, but Selma got
This
this
guy.
I'm a guy of principles.
This guy.
It's not really because the thing about it, you don't want to. When you drink it, when we drink, it's gonna be before. I want to be like smooth. Cause I got two favorites. I got y'all taste before my Elijah Craig, my Larson, and those are not high. They don't cost high.
You're right.
Elijah Proof, Elijah Craig and Larson. Those are two of my faves, and they just typical like people like Elijah Craig and Larson. Yeah, because it's not too heavy. Right. It's a 90 proof. It's something like that. I want to say 90.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Break him off his stool.
Let me ask. How much is a handle of 0486?
Mm.
Like a half a gallon.
Yeah.
How much is it? Just ask.
Now
I can tell you.
Tell him, bro.
Let me cut you off.
Tell him.
Let me cut you
Tell
off. It's cheaper than what I'm saying. You can get a half for like $40.
I was going to say 40.
Oh, see, I was about to go look, and you can. It's about the same.
Exactly. And all old 486 is like lesser of some more expensive
That was
stuff.
Just what it is. Yeah,
that was
exactly.
the first raffle that I won. My grandmother was raffling half gallon
Excellent.
Old Foster.
Oh.
I was like about 7, 8 years old. I put my name in there. Of course, I didn't get it. My pops got it. But yeah,
That's me.
That's me.
We won.
yes, sir. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Hennessy.
What the heck?
Hen dog.
That says bourbon.
I know. Pierre. Hey, I got a new one. Pierre.
Yeah,
For real. Yeah, we gonna I can do some angel, do all that kind of stuff like that, you know. But see, the crazy thing is that we're talking about, like, we ain't trying to make cocktails out of this stuff.
No.
We got
Last
We
thing
ain't
I'm
trying to
to
make
do-
cocktails. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. All right.
Hey, leave it up to Ron. Ron and throw out
Oh,
some
no,
tequila.
Lord.
You know,
Don't bring up LeBron. That's a whole different battle wax. T-Rock, what you leaving the people with?
Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I'm getting up in the morning. I'm playing some golf. I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend too.
Hey, it's gonna be raining.
It's not gonna be raining at 7:30 in the morning.
Leave that man alone.
I looked it up.
Don, what you got? What you leaving
Hey.
people with?
I want to tell you one thing. Focus on improving, not proving.
Came back.
And that's what before you get somebody's drink. I'm going to say this. Hey, Libby, thank you. Thank you for bringing up Flatboat. Big time. Thank you. Happy Heavenly birthday. My grandmother's birthday was yesterday, Heavenly. Miss Pearline. She a monster beast. Want to thank everybody who's actually, watching all the different shows we do. We got a lot more coming, a lot going on. We actually have submission
Submission
session
Tomorrow.
on
Sunday.
Oh man, I'm rushing this weekend already. Yeah.
On Sunday, make sure you get ready. Get
Skipping
ready.
over your golf.
I'm saying.
Get ready to watch that. They're gonna rock and roll with that, so get ready for that one. Got the Legacy show coming up, and also got a new show that no one knows that's gonna happen. I'm forcing 2 people to be on there, so get ready. Oh no!
Two people.
And I can tell you the name of it. This is how confident.
Come on.
2 doctors and a mic,
Where we go?
replacing the FNC.
Mm.
So get ready for rock and roll with that. God bless. We out of here. And showing. Peace.
Break
Cheers,
up.
everybody.
Ah! Look, you gotta knock it off.